And I am telling you, I'm not going. Ah. Woo, baby, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture. Listen, baby, watching on Twitter, and everybody is talking about Kathleen Kennedy leaving this year. She's on a year-by-year contract, and baby, everybody is figuring out who's going to replace her. I've heard Kevin Feige's name put through there. I've heard Dave Filoni. I've heard Favreau. I've heard all these little different names and stuff like that flying. Baby, Twitter was a field of dreams of who they believed was going to replace Kathleen Kennedy. And then I came across this article. So let me, again, housekeeping, y'all, please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. So let me go to this Deadline article. Y'all. Whoo, baby. Hold on. I came across this Deadline article. And so we're going to see this. Let me see. Because everybody's been buzzing and talking about Kathleen Kennedy is going to retire. Who are we going to get to replace her? Oh, there's all these names that are dropping. Let me share my screen, y'all. Kathleen's not going nowhere. Not according to this Deadline article. You see this. And this is a Deadline article. It says here, breaking news, Kathleen Kennedy on her Lucasfilm plan. She is not soon retiring, and the films that will keep her in Star Wars orbits for years to come. Woo, she says she's not going nowhere. Do you hear me? Woo, baby. She says she's not going nowhere. She's not going nowhere. Let me share this part of my screen. Hold on. Real quick. I looked this up. Y'all see that? Those are Disney shares. It's $101.31. I don't know exactly. I'm not trying to tell you I'm counting anybody's pockets or anything like that. But if you want things to move and move the way that you want them to move, here are the Disney shares. Y'all need to start buying in groups. Shares, get you all a little small conglomerate, whether you all are putting money in weekly so that you all can buy specific shares in something, be shareholders, because that's the only way that y'all gonna move her out. So let me get back to the other screen. Let me get back here. All right. So it says here, Kathleen Kennedy on her I read that. Kathleen Kennedy speaks on her Lucas plans films. She's not soon retiring, and the films that will come to keep her in the Star Wars orbit for years to come. This is written by Mike Fleming Jr. I thought I'd seen it all in trade journalism. But the piranha-like frenzy on Kathleen Kennedy and the successor speculation that followed Matt Baloney Puck's report that Disney was putting her out to pasture is a new one on me. Baloney for years had been beating on Kennedy like she owes him money. And this week he reported Kennedy was retiring. I recall he essentially did the same thing more than a year ago, and yet here she still is. Baby, producing the Mandalorian movie and prepping the Sean Levy's directed Star Wars film that Ryan Gosling is circling, as well as numerous other films and streaming projects with the A-list participants. Still, the trades followed with gusto, dishing out speculative reports on who might succeed her. And remember, I told you, all on Twitter, baby, people were doing polls. Who do you want to see? Who do you want to see replace Kathleen Kennedy? Baby, she said, and I am telling you, I'm not going. Y'all, I'm so tickled. I'm so tickled with all the stuff that's going on over there at Disney. With and Disney is the umbrella company, and you've got Marvel, you've got Lucasfilms, all that mess that's going on over there. There's a clamoring for new leadership, and Disney is not looking at this point, because I don't know if they're looking at the dollars, and it's not making any sense for them to change people. I don't know how much dollars that were made with all these last recent Lucas projects. Are they banking on the Mandalorian? I don't know. They have an operating budget of $120 million, as I see here. Are they banking that this film is going to make them a whole lot of money? $120 million. Most pundits says that the film has to make at least 3 times the amount to say that they're in the profit margin. So they're looking at having to make for this Mandalorian movie about $360 million. They possibly make it. They possibly make it. But that doesn't go on about anything talking about whether or not that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be here. So let's go back to this article. It says, according to insiders, Kennedy has been working on a succession plan for a couple of years, eyeing candidates from within in process with Bob Iger and Alan Bergman. That puts someone like Dave Filoni, who knows the universe inside out, in a strong position. And if anybody takes over her position and takes over that thing, it has to be someone who understands the lore, who understands the characters, and take all of those things that are legends and make them canon. Because you have such a big universe. If you stop with this canon stuff and do the legend stuff, because there's a lot of people who are writing a lot of great information about Star Wars, and you have a long swath of time periods. You can go Old Republic and have a whole six film arc in the Old Republic that doesn't have to mess up what's in episodes 1 through 6, because 7 through 9, I'm sorry, we can reboot that. We can reboot that. Or we can just go beyond it. You don't have to, because pretty much most of those characters are gone. So you definitely can go beyond those characters. But let's continue. I admire Filoni's hustle and ability to turn over at hard ground, but his penchant for defining industry people like Kennedy in disparaging ways, well, I just don't understand that. I didn't appreciate it when Deadline founder Nikki Finke did it here, and it feels like the appetite for schadenfreude is nowhere near as high now, given how this business is still trying to regain footing after the global pandemic, the year-long labor strikes, and most recently the devastating wildfires that raged Southern California. Kennedy was seen an unlikely target for ire in good times or bad. 13 years in her run steering Lucasfilm, she has done much with the challenge of trying to broaden George Lucas' Star Wars vision of after Disney bought it from him for $4 billion in cash and stock in 2012. It's a challenge, Amazon, Now we'll try with, we don't know about James Bond or anything like that. Kennedy is arguably the most successful female producer of exiting Hollywood history. She's produced more than 70 films that have collected 120 Oscar noms and 25 wins, and she herself was awarded the honorary Oscar with the Irving G. Thalberg Memorial Award. Fine. These are all of her accolades. That's fine. And this is a question was asked of Kathleen Kennedy. We read all the speculative reports that you're out, that there is a frenzy for the next person who's going to take over Lucasfilm. What is the truth? Kathleen Kennedy. The truth is, I want to just say loud and clear, I am not retiring. And I am telling you, I'm not going. I will never retire from movies. I will die making movies. She says she's not going anywhere. That's the first thing that's important to say. I am not retiring. What's happening at Lucasfilms is I have been talking for quite some time with Bob and Alan about what eventual succession might look like. We have an amazing bench of people here, and we have even intentions of making an announcement months or a year down the road. We are in lockstep as to what's going to be, and I am continuing. I am producing the Mandalorian movie right now, and I am producing Sean Levy's movie, which is after that. I am continuing to stay at Lucasfilms and looking very thoughtfully with Bob Iger and Alan as to who is stepping in. So that's all underway, and we have every right to make an announcement when we want to make it. So Deadline asked her that you're looking within, that you are looking within seems to give credence to what we've heard, that an exec like chief creative officer Dave Filoni is in a good position as he works on a Star Wars to write and direct. Kennedy. So basically they asked her, well, you think Dave Filoni will be the person that will succeed you? This is what she said. I can't say who it is because there's just an internal process that goes on inside a large corporation and a publicly held company. I'm just going to leave this right here, because if you all are really talking about moving somebody out to make way for somebody else, money talks and BS walks. So if you have gotten, like I said, if you don't have the money individually, y'all can form groups, and you all can purchase this stock in bulk. This is the price, and y'all can figure this out. Let's get back to this. Let's see. How far down the road do you expect before a change gets made and then you go off and produce these two big Star Wars things? She says, Kennedy will probably make announcements months or a year out. So figuring out what they're going to be doing, they're going to make an announcement in months or a year out, no more than a year out. And I have every intention of sticking around to help that person be successful. I'm already producing the Mandalorian film and Sean Levy after that. So she's got these two films that she wants to get done, and hopefully they'll have whoever it is, they make a corporate decision onto whomever it is that they're going to have to replace her. And she's going to basically train them. It says Deadline asked this question. I recall these same retirement predictions were rendered a while ago, and you re-upped, and here you are. What do you make of this fixation on your job status? Kennedy, I truly don't know. And any decision previously about me retiring or quitting or any of those things, that's complete rumor mill. Because throughout all these reports, I have just continued doing my job and continuing my contract. Nothing unusual. It all has just been manufactured. We won't go into the whole thing. I just wanted to let y'all know. She has a whole interview, and y'all can go to this deadline interview and read that. I just wanted to go over those things. But basically, Kathleen Kennedy says she's not going. She's got some stuff that's in the works that she wants to do. Disney and Lucasfilm is on the verge of trying to get somebody in, but we're not looking about somebody moving into over a year from now. So what do you all think? Kathleen Kennedy says, I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. Y'all gonna get these Star Wars films. Y'all gonna get all of this because I'm not going anywhere. Y'all leave it down in the comments. What do you all think? Again, I put up the Disney shares. Hold on, before we leave out of here, let me see if okay. I put up the Disney shares. So if you all are interested in, again, if you all are interested in making moves, because money talks and BS walks, if you all are interested in buying shares so that you all can be shareholders and be able to convince the studio to make certain moves, I would definitely tell you all, particularly you all that are those of us that are recast T'Challa and all of these other stuff, if you want to see this company move the way you think it ought to move and see black characters on these on the screens, money talks and BS walks. And that's just how it has to be. That's how you have to move forward. All right, people. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, Kathleen Kennedy says she's not going anywhere. and we will be here this time next year to figure out what's going on, because she's got 2 movies that she wants to see through. And so you're looking at it's 2025, so she's looking at movies in 2026, 2027. So it looks like there won't be any decision or any move to anything to 2027. So look out for her announcement in months to a year from now to see what they're going to be announcing. I assume they're going to be announcing their new Star Wars trilogy. But there doesn't seem like there's going to be an announcement for whether or not Kathleen Kennedy is going to get out of here. It's got to be something big and major for them to get rid of her at this point. All right, people, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye. Woo, she's not going nowhere, y'all.